Hello ladies, I am so excited to be a part of your Summer Sizzler contest. Kelly has asked me to talk about your why in Premier and why it's important to know your why. Well, let me begin by telling you a little bit about my Premier journey and my why. I got started in Premier in June of 2002. So yes, it is my Premier anniversary this month. I have been in Premier for 13 years. In the beginning, I never imagined I'd be a part of this company for 13 years. Yes, I did start Premier when I was just 16 because I'm 29 right now. I'm just kidding. I got started in Premier when I was 27, and at the time I was working as a juvenile probation officer. I got invited to a jewelry show and fell in love with the company and the relationships I found in Premier. My why during that time was to do jewelry shows for a refreshing change from my job. Didn't necessarily need the extra income, but simply loved doing the jewelry shows and being with Premier people. I had been in Premier for a few years when I got married and moved to Traverse City, where I began doing my Premier as my main job. I did quit my probation job and really had a desire to start building a Premier business. I needed to earn about $1,500 a month to supplement my husband's income. It was a bit rocky at first as I was living in a new town and wasn't having a super consistent home show business. My husband was a bit skeptical for a few years as I would continually remind him that this is going to grow. On average, I made $1,000 a month from my jewelry shows and earned $300 to $500 a month from my downline. I had our daughter 5 years after we were married. For the first 2 years of my life, for the first 2 years of her life, not my life, my husband was laid off from work. So guess what? My Premier income was enough to support us through those years. With my jewelry show and downline income, we were earning about $3,500 a month. God had, through our hard work, grown Premier to be a significant income for us. For the last several years, my husband has been back to work, and I continue to do 4 to 6 home shows a month and continue to share the gift of Premier. My Premier income is still a major contributing factor to our household budget, and I will continue to work towards building a stronger, larger team. But God is moving me onto a greater why in Premier. He is showing me the ministry that He's called me into through Premier. God has allowed me to talk with others about my faith in Jesus Christ. I have seen a dear friend and Premier daughter come to know Jesus as her Savior and get baptized last year. Several other Premier daughters and granddaughters have either come to know the Lord or have strengthened their relationship with God through being in Premier. The most exciting news recently is God has opened up the opportunity for me to lead a Bible study at my home with 2 of my Premier daughters who are interested in learning about God and are wondering what this God thing is all about. 2 of my non-Premier friends are also attending the study. It has been so fun to see God bring different areas of my life together into a larger plan of His why for me. As you have heard, over the 13 years that I've been in Premier, I have had several different whys. My first why was I needed the hope and fellowship that I had through my relationships in Premier. My second why then became a tangible financial need. I needed to earn $1,500 a month to pay our bills and work on building a Premier business. My why down the road became I need to earn $3,500 a month to support our family while my husband was laid off. God is now allowing my why in Premier to become a fulfillment of my dream of helping others come to know Jesus and helping them grow in their faith. It is so cool to see God grow me and my business to the point where I have a tangible financial need that is my why, but also I have a why that fulfills a life dream of helping others spiritually. God is so good. I think it's important to know what your why is in Premier. Your why gives you direction, purpose, and focus. Perhaps you were just like me and you loved the relationships at jewelry shows and in Premier. If that's the case, what does that look like tangibly? Does doing 2 shows a month and going to training fulfill that why in your life? Perhaps your why is to earn $1,500, $1,000, $500 a month to pay off debt, pay for groceries, buy a new car. Again, what does that look like tangibly? Do you need to do 4 shows, 6 shows, 8 shows a month? How many do you need to do to meet the financial why for doing Premier? Don't forget, in figuring out how many shows you need to do, that you remember to include the cost of running your business. For example, if you need to earn $1,000 a month, you need to hold at least 5 shows, schedule 7, and do 1 extra for working capital for your business. That is money for postage, catalogs, trainings, rally, and your renewal. It is never good business practice to not have money for the day-to-day functions of your business, and it is never fun for your husband to see you use family budget money for Premier business expenses. Maybe your why is to build a Premier business that will allow you to quit a job, bring your husband home, or fulfill other big financial dreams. Maybe your why is to have a ministry to help women. If this is your why, then you need to have a plan for getting there. You start small and work for your greater goal. For me, I needed to earn $1,500 a month to pay our bills and give me time to work my business. Sometimes we think we need to earn $3,000 right now so I could quit my job and start working my Premier business full time. Well, ladies, this is just not realistic. Maybe you need to do 1 show a week and start sponsoring and working your business consistently. Maybe you start with, how much money do I need to earn to be able to get a part-time job to free up some time to work Premier? Or maybe there are some things that you need to say no to in order to free up time. I know for me, for a while, I only had time to take care of my daughter, do a few church functions, and work my Premier business. Now I have more time to do a few extras because my daughter doesn't demand so much of my time. And God has brought leaders into my business that are doing a great job working with their people. It is okay to say no to the many opportunities that come our way so that you can say yes to your why for Premier. Gals, I cannot stress how important it is to know why you're doing Premier. I believe that God blesses your diligent work, and through your faithful commitment to your why, He opens new doors of blessings. He brings about greater fulfillment in your life by showing you your eternal why. God has allowed the avenue of Premier to give me eternal purpose in investing in the spiritual lives of women, while at the same time fulfilling my earthly why of raising our daughter and paying our bills. I believe Kelly is going to have you work on your why this week. Please take the time to really think through why God brought you into Premier. Don't compare your why to another's why. Be excited about your why and pursue it with passion, because when you know why you're doing what you're doing, you will be able to weather the storms that come in this business. There may be literal storms like the crazy winter weather we just had. You may have the storms of low retail, cancellations, sponsoring gals that don't work to fulfill their why in Premier, or perhaps it's just the storms of life, which may include deaths, health problems, marital difficulties, moves that may happen. When you are confident in your why, you can weather these storms, knowing they will pass and knowing that God is faithful through your diligent work to always provide for you, care for you, and allow you to achieve your purpose in life and in Premier. Not only do you weather the storms, but when you're living out your why, it's attractive to others that are watching you. Guests at your shows, gals in your downline, they look at you and they think, I want that. The best way to be successful in Premier is to know why you're doing Premier, know how to see that why in a tangible way, and then start living it with consistency and commitment. Maybe your why is only for a season, but whether you are in Premier long-term or short-term, do your best to be all that you can be for the time that God has given you. I hope my story has been helpful for you to start thinking and dreaming and writing down your purpose for being in this wonderful jewelry business called Premier Designs.